Voice of the Coast. I am your host, Danika Foley-Long, and with me we have Cherrise Picard, who is the Executive Director with Chez Hope. I'd like to call it Cherries, but we'll stick with Cherrise. So what's up, Cherrise? How you doing?
I'm doing great, Danika. Thank you so much for having me here today.
It is a pleasure to have you back. You know, you were definitely a regular on the Voice of the Coast, so we're happy to have you back. This month, October, is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, so this is definitely your month to shine, to get the word out to the public, and that's what we're here to do. I don't have on beautiful royal purple, but that is the color of the month in observance of Domestic Violence Awareness.
Yes, it is. I don't have on purple either. I've used all my purple up.
Yes, yes. I'll probably be wearing purple tonight, so I will have on purple today.
Great.
But we are talking about a serious situation that is going on all across America and definitely plagues us locally. And there is a shelter in St. Mary Parish. Of course, there's also other shelters nearby, but we're going to focus on the one particularly in St. Mary Parish. We talked prior to this, like in the beginning of the pandemic, unfortunately, there are so many cases of domestic violence because one of the reasons likely is that so many people were at home. You're in each other's face all the time. And now, you know, when most people should probably be loving on each other, there may have been, you know, tempers flare, and then of course you have issues of domestic violence, control issues, and all these different things. Where are we right now? I mean, we are not post-pandemic, we're still kind of in it, but we're kind of going back, people are returning back to work, getting out more. Have you had an effect, has that had an effect on your attendance or the state, the people who live there now? Or temporarily?
I find in the beginning of the pandemic, beginning to middle, we were having a lot of phone calls, a lot of people calling because they couldn't leave their house. They would call when they were able to go in a room by themselves because of the fact that they were with their abusive partner 24/7. There was a lot of emotions flaring because you're home together. And not only that, a lot of people may have been laid off, and money is a big issue in a family household, especially if you're in an abusive household and you cannot provide the essentials that you always had and that you were used to.
And let's also break the stigma that it's the survivors are not all female, they can also be male.
Definitely.
Who also survive. I mean, you have female to female, male to male, and this could happen to anyone.
Yes, it can.
And also to our children.
Right.
So,
domestic violence knows no race, culture, or financial situation. It can happen to anyone. Domestic violence is a power control. The person who is abusive wants manipulation. They want control. They think that that is theirs. They own that person. So it is the mindset of the abuser.
let's talk about that also, because we think most times when we say domestic violence, domestic abuse, it's typically physical. Do you also aid in cases of emotional, verbal, mental
definitely. Mental abuse sometimes is a little worse because those scars never leave you. The physical scars will heal, but you don't ever forget what they told you. I see a lot of individuals that have post-traumatic stress disorder. If someone has, done something to you, and like dropping a pot because they hit you with that pot, or if they're at a baseball game and when the ball hits, then they're going to take that incident, and that's going to trigger when that baseball bat came to them. It's going to trigger when that pot flew at them. So there is a lot of emotional scars that run very deep.
We start to hear that word often, trigger warnings, when we're speaking or speaking of different things, and that's kind of one of those same reasons. The motto that you guys have adopted for Domestic Violence Awareness Month is Shatter the Silence, Stop Domestic Violence. How did that come about?
Well, we got together with our advocates and asked them to come up with some slogans, with some sayings, so that we could have them printed on some boards so we could go out through the community and take pictures of community individuals supporting the awareness of domestic violence. And so our staff came up with the slogans and we brainstormed together, and that's the ones we came up with.
Yes, and with that, you guys have come up with another initiative, Light the Town Purple. Tell me about this initiative.
Yes. One of our advocates came up to me and said, "Hey, can we have a fundraiser?" And I'm like, okay, tell me what kind. You know, fundraisers are hard. She's like, why don't we get some light bulbs and sell the light bulbs? And we can ask everyone to change it in front of their business or in front of their home. So we did that. And Chez Hope is selling our light bulbs, and I'll show y'all. They're a regular light bulb. They're not a big one. It's not a small one. And they are $3 a piece or 2 for $5. So you can change your front porch light bulb, your front entrance to your business, and it shows awareness. And we've been riding around taking pictures, and it is beautiful.
You guys really definitely have a social media presence out there now. And we're going to talk a little bit
Yes.
about that. But again, those light bulbs, not bad at all. You can buy, some of those light bulbs are really expensive, so that's not bad at all.
We bought 1,100 from a wholesale dealer, and we're pretty much charging just for the cost of the light bulb at this point.
All right. Come on back right here on The Voice of the Coast. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. Again, I'm your host, Danika Foley. Along with me, we have Cherrise Picard, who is the Executive Director with Chez Hope. And we talked about Light the Town Purple and these beautiful purple light bulbs they're selling. And you can get one of your own. Call them up at 337-828-4200. And look, I'm going to actually try to get myself one. Make sure I have some cash on me because I think it's going to be great to support our survivors of domestic violence, and that is, you can get 2 for $5 or 1 for $3. Where are the proceeds going for this?
These proceeds are going to benefit our outreach services. So we're hoping to be more visible in our communities, attending health fairs. We're going to be at different Halloween events throughout the month. We've been invited to several Christmas events. So in order for us to get all the supplies we need, which is not covered by a grant, we're holding these fundraisers to use this money to educate our community on the issues surrounding domestic violence.
And you are everywhere. You guys have been lighting up Facebook with purple this month, and if you haven't already, make sure to check them out on Facebook.
Yes.
It's Chez Hope, and you're actually a family crisis center. I think a lot of
Yes,
people,
we are.
obviously you are synonymous with domestic violence, but it's a
Yes.
crisis center.
Yes.
And you're so just busy because you've been taking
Yes.
photos. And speaking of photos, this is one of the photos you'll probably see on our page because we're going to actually post this. Love shouldn't hurt. That's just one other slogan that you guys
Yes.
have running this month, as well as Shatter the Silence, Stop Domestic Violence.
Correct.
So you guys are on Facebook, so please do that. And that's where you can also get information about the light bulbs if you like a light bulb.
Yes.
All right. Let's talk about, I love food. So it's not quite food, but it's something to eat. It's a nice, delicious treat. And we're going to shout out to Ms. Diane Wiltz and Dr. Wiltz at the Lamplighter Coffee House and Bistro. They have actually partnered up with you guys to offer the public a beautiful concoction. Tell me about it.
Yes. Well, Miss Diane called and said, Cherrise, what can we do for Domestic Violence Awareness Month? And I'm like, I don't know, Miss Diane. She's like, what if I make a drink? I said, that sounds great. So they came up with the Domestic Violence Awareness Month smoothie. It is a banana blueberry smoothie topped with whipped cream. And last Friday, she invited our staff to come over and sample it. So we got together and we sampled it, and it is delicious.
I'm over here like Pavlov's dog.
Yes.
I'm like salivating right now. So, it sounds so good, especially with that blueberry and you said, Oh, yes. So it's the Lamplighter Coffee House and Bistro
Yes.
right on Main Street in Franklin. And so you guys are kind of rolling. You're putting
we're
things out
all over.
all day, every day. So let's kind of double back a little bit and go back to your housing.
Okay.
Of course, we talked prior to this, and you guys are full. And I asked earlier, why is that? But it's not necessarily because cases are going up. There's also another reason why you guys are
Yes.
booked.
Our coastline throughout Louisiana has been plagued with terrible storms and hurricanes for the last 2 years. Well, several of our DV programs, our sister programs throughout South Louisiana, were devastated. There's one in Lake Charles that's still not open. So there is a huge lack of shelter beds in our state right now. So Chez Hope is very fortunate. We have 8 individual apartments where survivors can live. Everything they need is in one apartment. We provide all of their needs. Food, clothing, personal care items, as well as their cleaning supplies. And so they can come in, one family per unit. We accept men because we are one family per unit. And with a family, I mean the survivor and their children.
Right.
And they are immediate danger. We are here for safety. We're here to make sure that that person who is fearful for their life is okay.
Yeah. Well, I definitely want to talk a little bit more about that in depth because we have often talked about the stigma behind domestic abuse, and we often think, you know, the wife that may be well-to-do from a well-to-do family, she doesn't want to speak up because she's afraid, and she may be in fear of what's going to happen to me after that. I'm so used to being taken care of. Let's talk about a little bit about the stigmas when we come back.
All right.
So come on back right here on the Voice of the Coast with yours truly. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. We're talking to Cherrise Picard, who is the Executive Director with Chez Hope. And before we left the last segment, we talked about the stigma behind domestic abuse. And oftentimes, folks feel that, you know, I come from a well-to-do family. My husband takes care of me. What am I supposed to do? And I think sometimes women, and I say women at this point, feel the need to stick around. But of course, we have already said that this does plague anybody, male, female, white, black, you know, whatever socioeconomic status you're in. But oftentimes, this is the stigma that sticks, that I cannot go because what am I going to do? How do you speak to someone who says, I leave, then I'm stuck with nothing?
Exactly. We hear that every day. And what we tell them is you're not coming into a communal living shelter. First of all, you're coming into a single apartment shelter per family. This gives you the time to decide what you want to do. If you want to go back to school, if you want to, say, relocate, if you moved here and most of your family and you want to go back to your family, we have resources that can assist them into going back to your family. If you want to get a job, you have that time to stay with us, to get your job, to start looking and save money up. There is a way out.
Yes.
You're not alone.
Yeah, I haven't asked you this. What about legal resources? Do you offer that?
We have legal resources that we refer out to. We have legal advocates. However, they are not attorneys. They can advocate for you. They can help you fill out your temporary restraining order, explain the temporary restraining order to you, and what relief it can give you. We advocate with law enforcement, we advocate with the court system, but we're not attorneys. We can give you options, but we'll never tell you exactly what to do.
Yes. And also when it comes down to counseling and support services, what are the resources there that you may have?
We do option counseling, so we don't have any licensed counselors on staff. However, we refer out to counseling services and therapists within St. Mary Parish and our surrounding communities.
Yeah. Now, I've been on the campus, and it's really beautiful. Inside, you walk in, the tree is really the focal point, right? You have that big, beautiful tree. When I say tree, you'll have to see it on your own. I'll say it. It's a sponsorship tree, correct?
It is the Tree of Hope.
Tree of Hope.
And it has the trunk, and then there's leaves.
Yeah.
And on each leaf, we sell a tag. And that tag can be in honor of your family. It can be in honor of a loved one who has passed on. Some people come in and buy them for Christmas presents for that person who has everything. And it is there to always be there. And the prices start from $100 to $500.
Awesome. And let's talk about the actual scenery that's in the courtyard. I know there's a mural there already, and you want to make the area happy and friendly for
welcoming
the children, that are there, because for a period of time, that's their home.
Exactly.
And you want them to feel welcome. You want them to feel safe.
And comfortable.
Yes, and comfortable. So you do ask for volunteers to come in and do certain
we do.
activities or...
If individuals have community service to do, they can come to us and they can actually do their community service hours after we've checked out and make sure they meet the criteria. And they, haven't done any crime that prohibits them from coming.
Right.
But they have schools and they have different other individuals, organizations that have to do so many hours in helping the community, even companies.
Yeah.
So what we're doing at this time, we would like to have a basketball court drawn on a portion of our playground floor. We think that would be tremendous for the children to experience. We want a shuffleboard area. We'd like a tic-tac-toe board drawn on one of our walls. The facility is surrounded by cinder block walls. So we've already had one group from Hanson High School come in, and they built a swamp scene. So anyone that has any kind of artistic talent and just wants to come and help us make that area friendlier, give us a call, 828-4200. Ask for me, Cherrise, and we can schedule a time for you to come look at an area and see how you can help us help others feel welcomed.
Awesome. And on that note, we're going to take a break. Come on back right here on The Voice of the Coast. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. Again, I am your host, Danika Foley Long, and with me is Cherrise Picard, who is the Executive Director with Chez Hope. The shelter is located in Franklin, but tell us about the other shelters that you have in the neighboring parishes.
We have shelters. They have the Haven in Houma. They have the Oasis in Lake Charles, which is temporarily closed. They were one of them. They're still providing outreach non-residential services. But they were one of them that was damaged with the hurricane. And Faith House in Lafayette. That is the closest shelters to our surrounding area.
Also, you have, there's a kind of a satellite office, I would say, maybe in
We
St.
have
Martinville?
actually 4 outreach offices.
Okay.
We have one in New Iberia, one in St. Martinville, and we have one in Assumption. And then, of course, our non-residential office is located at the same facility as the shelter in Franklin.
Okay. Just wanted to put that out there for folks. And
Yes.
if you happen to need that information, call them up at 337-828-4200. I'll repeat that, 337-828-4200. Let's go back to the purple light bulbs. This is going on for the entire month of October. Light the town purple. It's not that expensive. All you got to do is call them up and get a light bulb. Or, let's hold it up. Let's show how beautiful it is. I mean, it's really pretty, not even lit. So just imagine when it is actually turned on. So that is one for $3, but you can get 2 for $5.
Right.
Put it in the front porch, back porch, wherever.
We're asking individuals, if you have Facebook, please take a picture.
Yeah.
Put it on Facebook.
Perfect.
Tag Chez Hope. Hashtag Chez Hope. Hashtag DVAM.
And when you talked earlier, you said we've been busy. You're going to get even busier.
Yes.
Because coming up December 3rd, you have another fundraiser.
Yes, we do. We're doing our Link Po Boy Fundraiser. It is a Link Po Boy, a bag of chips, a Coke, and a dessert for $8. And we will probably start selling that within the next week or 2.
Now, you know I'm from the New Orleans area. I love my hot sausage.
Yes.
You know? So I think I just love hot food. So, I got to chill on the spices a little bit. But definitely. So all they got to do is call you up, but then you also deliver if you do 10 or more.
Yes, if you order 10 or more at one location, we will deliver to you. We're hoping a lot of the farmers will purchase from us, the clerk of court's offices, the courthouses, different organizations, different businesses, and that way we can come. Our goal is to sell 500.
Yes.
We are looking for someone to sponsor this. If you think your company could donate $500, we would love to have you sponsor. And those sponsorships, your name will go on the bag. We're going to have a label, and your name will be on there. And then we'll give you shout outs on Facebook.
There you go. That's awesome.
And it is tax deductible.
That is number one.
Yes,
People
it
like
is.
to get those
Yes,
right
it
off. But
is.
overall, you will be helping a very good organization. And it's only $8. I mean, nowadays for lunch,
Right.
you can't pay $8. You're paying at least $10 for a
Exactly,
good lunch.
exactly. Brought to you at that.
Yes, right. And this is going to benefit all of St. Mary. I mean, you're going to be, well, traveling to deliver all of
Yes,
all of St. Mary.
all of St. Mary Parish.
All right. All right. Well, DV month, I mean, it's Awareness Month. And again, you're going to all of these locations, and we'll show it just a minute. But Shatter the Silence, Stop Domestic Violence. Again, Light the Town Purple. You guys also had a day where the community really showed up, and that was Wear
Yes.
Purple. So
Wear
that was
Purple
really good.
Date was October 15th. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the community, to thank the businesses, thank all our supporters, our municipalities, you know, the individuals we work with. Everything was tremendous. Everyone has been showing so much love and support and awareness for domestic violence. So thank you all very much.
And I'm gonna give you this opportunity. We only got maybe like 20 seconds left. If you can just maybe talk about the people that work with you. I mean, your staff.
Our staff is phenomenal. They're like a family. Everyone jumps at any time to help each other. We're taking turns attending all the different health fairs and events going on. Just a big thank you to the wonderful staff and board who make all of this possible.
All right. And on that note, we say thank you very much. See you guys next time.
Thank you.